Before I started uploading videos on this channel, I used to play this JoJo's Bizarre Adventure themed Roblox game called Your Bizarre Adventure. While it did have a storyline, things to grind for, and many different ways to play the game, I was primarily interested in the PvP aspect of YBA. If you're more familiar with the Battlegrounds type gameplay that I cover from JJS, then this might be a completely new environment for you. YBA is a more neutral-focused kind of fighting game with huge emphasis on M1 trading, block breaking, parrying, or punishing.
You're the peace boy talaga. What is the peace? You have to tell me the lore for that.
Holy sh**.
The primary way to combo someone in YBA was to take advantage of your opponent if they kept making mistakes. There was really no such thing as red 70% true combos in YBA as everything was green. Unless you played something like Moon Vamp back in 2022. This game also had a huge amount of gameplay variety because of stand-spec combos. There was your stand, which served as your primary moveset. While you could fight someone with your stand alone, it is highly recommended to get a fighting style, or a spec. Fighting styles serve as a second moveset to fill in the weaknesses that your stand had, or to use the stand with a specific playstyle.
He got outplayed.
Back then, I absolutely loved this kind of gameplay and even used to hate Battlegrounds games like TSB. The main reason was because of the neutral-focused nature of YBA combat. YBA heavily rewards you for punishing the opponent, granting you longer combos the more mistakes your opponent did. Knowing that your opponent has a bunch of options to choose from and they picked the worst one that gets them into a much longer combo feels much more rewarding than wasting your opponent's evasive then doing a combo that deletes 90 to 100% of their HP. This game is the primary reason why I have such an unorthodox high-risk playstyle in JJS and probably in other games as well. I suppose you might be wondering what kind of player I was back in the day considering the numerous ways to play the game. Was I a trader or a collector considering the second layer of gacha this game has since on top of rolling a stand there was a small chance you could also roll a skin for the stand.
What? I got blue the world! I got blue the world! Yo!
Was I someone who enjoyed Steel Ball Run, a battle royale type game mode which also served as a race? Or was I someone who played competitively in PvP, trying to get on leaderboards and stuff like that?
Holy shit!
If you picked the third option then you are absolutely wrong. Believe it or not, I'm a casual player.
Stop the cap!
I'm the kind of person that wants to see the funniest kind of bullshit that I can get away with in PvP. And believe me, the bullshit was pretty funny.
Oh my god, it almost hit me.
Oh no! That's why when someone asks me to talk about a new M1 reset I just kinda don't want to, since M1 resets and weird true combo extenders are completely against what I enjoy as a player. But you know what, sometimes the ad revenue makes me a lot of money, so I do it anyway. But back in 2022, I stopped playing YBA. You might think it was because of something like the lack of updates, no more time to play the game, or something else. Holy can you shut the But I initially left because of the reworked specs. Not because the new reworks ruined the gameplay or anything like that, but because Yuzuki was literally turning the game into League of Legends.
Okay, this does not look good here,
But it's been a while, and I've grown a bit tired of playing nothing but battleground games for about a whole year. So I wanted to make a video on something else for once. Now, I could have used my old accounts to play YB again, but let's just say I completely forgot their password. And besides, I wanted to see if anything had changed in terms of early game grinding. To reach max level quickly in YBA, follow these steps. First, clear the storyline. To clear the storyline, you must talk to Giorno in the parking lot. Beat up the guards. Get Aerosmith. Bring the suitcase Giorno stole from Koichi back to him. Beat up Leaky Eye Luca. Broken Aerosmith and hopefully get White Snake, which is one of the best stands for grinding in the game. Beat up Bucciarati, then become friends with him for some reason. Give Giorno the lighter, then meet the rest of the gang members. Almost get Arcade.
Wait, I have one question. Can you say 1 minus 10?
1 minus 10.
Good boy.
Completely forget that Mr. hates the number 4.
Not our finest mom.
Get $5,000, then beat up Fugo after talking to Trish. See a random hacker who literally does nothing but farm items while on your way back to the train station.
You suspicious looking character.
Beat up Beshi, Ghiaccio, and then finally remember Diavolo's attack pattern, then realize he's like one of the easiest enemies in the game. After that, you're done with the game's storyline but not done leveling up.
Oh, man.
While you're still under the max prestige level, you beat up vampires or zombies until you're level 30. Then you beat up Dio until you're level 35.
Day is never finished. Master got me working. Someday Master set me free.
Then you beat up Jotaro until you can prestige. After you reach max level, you can prestige, which gives you more stand and fighting style slots on top of having a higher max level. After leveling up your prestige, you just repeat the same process until you reach prestige 3. Compared to the grinding 3 years ago, the only difference I noticed was the amount of money you get in general, on top of the larger money cap. That's it. That's the only difference. Everything else grinding wise is relatively the same as I remember 3 years ago. Unlike most of the player base, I decided to grind until prestige 2. I highly recommend that you grind until prestige 3 since the max level for prestige 2 is only level 45. The higher level you are, the more skill points you get, which can be invested into skills or passives that may give you the upper hand in battle. I decided to grind until prestige 2 personally because I was lazy. I decided to use boxing as my fighting style since it was probably the most similar to how its pre-rework version is compared to everything else. And with that, it's time to try out PvP, 3 years later. But first, we gamble.
No, what? No. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
As you can tell, it didn't take me long to find out that I am incredibly washed. This was my third game and I was still making mistakes like accidentally pressing Q to dash instead of L. Earlier, I forgot to mention that I never looked up any sort of guide for White Snake or boxing in 2025. And the only kind of practice that I did was just a few minutes of doing the keybinds. In hindsight, I probably should have at least looked up a guide for both before playing 1v1s, but here we are. Don't worry. The gameplay gets slightly better as the video goes on. Hopefully. At this point, this was around my 8th game. This was after a few games with other tasks and on games with around 200 ping.
You don't want to be like this.
And now I will be completely honest, but I have no idea what this guy is doing. At this point I could tell that I got a tiny bit of my old skills back. My main challenges now were to learn how to play White Snake boxing properly, and to study the reworked specs. There were a lot of things I didn't know, like Vamp having a counter. I did win, but I still felt that I really lacked 2025 YB combat experience and knowledge.
This right here is my favorite thing, ever.
When I reached my 10th and final game, it was at that point that I probably peaked for the day. My punishes were getting crazier, and I knew the only thing holding me back was my lack of mastering White Snake boxing and matchup knowledge. In this match, I had a feeling there were better ways to use Haymaker rather than using it like a second Jawbreaker, since my opponent used a move which also had hyper armor in better ways than I did.
What was that? Good idea!
But other than that, this was my favorite match of the day, since there was more fighting and interaction from both sides instead of just running away. Overall, it is still similar to the walls to the ball neutral focused fighting game that I played 3 years ago. Wait, wasn't it balls to the wall? There's a lot of new content that I missed out on, or literally have no idea about, but that gives me all the more reason to play YB again. In other words, I might have fun playing YB the same way I was having fun playing YB back then. If you want to see more YB content, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.